VI Department of Education family, welcome to the VIDE's 2020-2021 Employee Professional Development Conference. One of my goals as commissioner is to develop a work culture of learning and growth. Research shows that employees with professional development opportunities are 15% more engaged. Additionally, the data says that organizations that offer professional development has a 34% higher retention of staff. Very important to keep great talent and support the growth of employees in the workplace. These are facts I believe to be true from my own experiences. I firmly believe that employees are the #1 asset of this department. Without you, student programs do not actualize, and services to our vendors are not executed. Your level of satisfaction and confidence as an employee is important to me because it contributes to your progress, peace of mind, and effectiveness on the job. Remember, no matter our roles, we are united in a singular goal to ensure student success. This series of professional development is a first of its kind at the VIDE. It was specifically developed and designed to educate employees on the tools and resources that all employees utilize at the VIDE. I look forward to hearing about your experience today, as well as the other areas in which you would like to have additional professional development. Please also invite and encourage your family and friends to participate in the department's 2020-2021 Parent and Community Conference, which have been especially designed for them. Remember, together we can transform public education in the Virgin Islands. Enjoy today's session.
Good afternoon, everybody. Before we bring forward Mr. Richardson for his presentation today, the Q&A format is going to be a little different for this presentation given the content. So we will allow Q&A throughout the presentation. So if a question pops up for you, just use the raise hand feature or drop it in the chat and we'll stop Mr. Richardson to ask the question. All right, Mr. Richardson, are you ready?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Good afternoon. Welcome. I am James Richardson. I'm the Director of Planning Research and Evaluation here in the State Office on St. Thomas for the VIDE Department of Education. Today, I will be sharing with you on the topic how to use or how to create forms in Microsoft Forms. It can be forms, or it can even be questionnaire. Next slide. Okay, so the first basic step is, getting to the page, and you can get to forms by either going to forms.office.com and sign in with your departmental email and password, or you can even, you can do your process by using your own Hotmail Live or Outlook account. A little quick note, when you do go to Office 365 and log in with your email, that's another way you can log in also. You will click on the right-hand corner in the, I think it's 6 dots. You click on that icon in the left-hand side, and it will show you how you can access forms. I will give a little more demonstration on that at the end. I'll go to a live site and just show you a little more. But for this presentation, and so you can have the PowerPoint slide, I just have some few steps to follow. So step 2. You will select the form icon. You can either select a new form or a new questionnaire. I'm making this as basic, as easy as a 1, 2, 3, 6-step process. Very easy. So I'm making this presentation a very easy presentation that anyone can follow. Step 3. Step 3, what you really do is create the name of the topic of the survey or the question or the quiz that you would like to create. Also, when you do enter in this page the name of your survey or your questionnaire, you can also add images. So if you have a logo and you want to put a logo on, you can use your logo. Step 3. So after creating your title name and giving your description, you can begin the process by adding questions. And for most part, there are a variety of questions, but however, for most of your questions, I believe you'll be using just those 3 you see right there right now, which is the choice, text, rating, and date. If you do select that little arrow on your right hand side, it will give you those other options. Continue next page, next slide. So in 5, where you begin developing your question. So for example, we use the question of choice. I think choice is one of the best options to use for one reason only, that you kind of control your answers, and you get at the end of the whole survey, and when it's done, you get more precise results, and you have better tables. And I will show you a little example of that when I get into the demo. Step 6. Um, One of the great features about when you do create your questions, there is an option for other. Most of the time, people try to put other as an option, but if you use the other function, you have the opportunity of the person putting other and then listen what the other is, versus if you were to just put the word other. Next slide. If I'm going too fast, someone please tell me. I'm nervous. So one of the great features also about selecting choice questions, the system automatically help you with generating some possible answers. And when the system generates these possible answers, you have the option of selecting which one you want, or you can select all one time. For me, this help you with moving through the question, developing your questionnaire or your answers or your survey faster. Next. So this is another example that trigger a question was the days of the week. And the system automatically generate Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and you have the option of just selecting all. So this is just a repeat of the slide before showing you different options. I mean, there's a lot of automatically triggers that trigger several answers. For example, any yes or no is automatically triggered, and you have the opportunity of selecting yes or no, or even I think it's maybe or maybe not. Next slide. So now, in some of the questions, for example, this is a text format of question, and in with the text format of question, you have the opportunity of having a long answer or a short answer. For most part, you want to control how long a question answer should be, because it's help you with analyzing your data faster. So you have the option of making a long answer or a short answer, and that function is actually right on top of the screen. You get opportunity to select long answer or short answer. Next slide. Also, you have the opportunity of restriction. So for example, if you want your answer to be in numbers, you have the opportunity of restricting it to numbers. If you want your answer to be between a certain range, you can actually, set a restriction between 1 and 6 in this case. So there's some functionality that you can restrict your outcome of your answers. Next slide. And after you done develop the questionnaire, you can click preview, and when you preview, you can see what you just developed. So now I think I'm going to go into a demo to show you on hand and to also show you some other functions. So if you can, Miss Sarah, can you give me access? And let me see how I'm going to do this quickly.
You should be able to share your screen now.
Yeah, I'm coming. I got it. So I'm going to square. So there's. Let me know if you're seeing my screen.
Yep, it's up.
So for the most part, you can see that I have a lot of questions here. For the summer, I spend most of the time developing several questions for the department to share with our parents and even with our teachers. So I'm gonna just back up a little bit so when you log into Office 365, at your email, you normally see this dot here, and when you click on this launch, it's a launch button, you can select forms or you can select all also, but in this case, we're using forms. Sorry, I already logged in, but I mean, So you go to that to get to forms. So there's an option. You can either do a new questionnaire or you can do a new quiz or a new form. In my case, I'm using forms for just doing forms, but as a teacher, you can actually develop questions, a little, I guess, a quiz for your students, and you can use it straight from forms. So I'm just going to do a new form quickly to show you some of the stuff we just spoke about and give you an idea. So for example, the first area here, where you title your questionnaire. So I'm just going to call this test for now. And also what I mentioned to you that you can add a graphic. So in this case, I think I may have a graphic that's quickly easy to upload, maybe not. You can just browse your machine and just find anything to add quickly to to give yourself a little logo. Also, I recommend that you give a description. So normally when you give a test or even a survey, you give some sort of directions to whoever may take this questionnaire. So you just type a little message in here. Please follow the following direction. Please dot 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 dot. I'm not a good typer, so I'm not going to go into all that typing. So for just to create a questionnaire, you hit add new. And here again, you have the choices that you have. So in this case, I'm gonna select a choice and I'm gonna say, a quick question may be, I'm just gonna use shots of gender. And if I do gender, automatically it generated some possible answers for me. And you can just click on, for example, women, a man. In my case, I'll use male, female, but the system generated those, so you can actually change them. And from there, now you have the options of, you can either, this is not a good question, but it could be multiple choice or it can be one question. By selecting multiple choice, the person have an opportunity to select both. In this case, we only have one choice, but I'm just showing you that you can make a question have multiple answers and not just only one answer. And then here again, you have the restrictions. When you click on restrictions, requirements, sorry. I'm sorry, required. So you make this question a required question. So you have the opportunity of making a question either required or not required. If you scroll across to the end here, you have the opportunity of seeing more options. And here you can either shuffle a question or you can change the format from just this view. So before I go on, I'll show you what this view look like. If I go to preview, you see the answers are, you can select either this one or that one. But if I hit the back key, and go back to the question and I select drop down and now go back to preview, you have the, you make your questionnaire a little more shorter and the person can then, select male or female, in this case, man or woman from a drop down menu. The drop down menu is normally used in cases where you have a long list. Like for example, if I use which school are you currently in, because the school listing is, at the state level will be 26, we go 13 on St. Thomas or 13 on St. Croix. So the list becomes so long, so the drop-down list become more useful versus having all those schools listed in the here in the question. So I'm gonna go back to the format. Also, I must let you know that it saves automatically. Automatically, as you're doing work, it automatically saves. So, and also there's no undo. Must let you know there's no undo. So if you do something, delete something, you cannot bring it back. It's saved as you go. So I'm gonna add another type of question quickly, which is a text question. And with a text question, I told you all, you have the opportunity of, so for example, please, no, sorry. What is your telephone? I'm sorry, I'm not a good typer, so please bear me. There is a spell check also along with it. What is your telephone number? So in a case like this question, I'm asking somebody their telephone number. You want to change the long answer to more of a restricted answer. And in this case, your restriction would be a number. You have opportunity of making a number, or you can choose, depending on your question, you want a greater than or lesser than something number, you just use number. because the number now make the person only can add a number. They cannot add a word or anything. They just have to add a number. So that how you restrict, you help your data to be more exact, and you get people to do exactly what you want them to do and not drift from doing other stuff. Another type of question, again, as I told you, was actually range. I mean, the ranges. So you have the opportunity of using a 5-star range, or you can use you can change it from stars to numbers, and with numbers you can go from 1 to 5. I think you can go up to 10 actually. So that way you can, a person can give ranges of how they want. That way you can measure your reports based on ranges. Now, another question which I think also is a good area is dates. So you ask people to put a date, and they are restricted to using the calendar and not just typing in any old date. So one of the other functions, after you even develop all your questions, that you can do, and I'm going to go to a active question that I have, so it'll be a lot easier for me to demonstrate. You can actually walk with someone. So to the top hand right corner, there's 3 dots. If you click on those 3 dots, you have the option of doing some settings. Here in the settings, you can only make these questions restricted to people in the department or open to anyone. And also you can restrict it to only one person giving one answer and not multiple answers. You can also set the end date and the start date. And you can also customize your message. And also what you can do is get a notification email when someone either complete a questionnaire, it'll be sent to both you or even the person who did the questionnaire. So also you have the opportunity of changing your background. You can change your backgrounds to just about, there's a list of backgrounds here, but you can also search the web to find different backgrounds to, you make a background based on how your questionnaire you want it to look, based on what you're asking. Like for example, I was asking a question about school bus here, so I use some students as a background. And also with the questionnaire, I'm gonna go to preview. One of the things you always do, you preview your questionnaire, and you can actually preview your questionnaire via computer, or you can still look on a mobile phone. One of the great things about Microsoft Form, you can actually email or even text the link to your students or to anyone, and they can do the questionnaire straight on your phone. Also, another option is that you can download. So if you're sharing, this is how you share it. First of all, you can share it either by copying the link. You can download the barcode. With the barcode, the feature about it, you can just scan, or somebody can just take a picture with it, and it just go out to whoever you need to go out to, and you can just simply email it from here. So these are the different options of how you can share it with anyone. Also on this same screen right here, you can actually add a collaborator. That is someone that can help and share, help you modify and make changes to the questionnaire. All you do is copy this link and you email it. This link here, you email this link to them, and that way they can be able to. Oh, I'm sorry, this link down here, the one that under collaborate. And once you do that, they also have access to the same live questionnaire that you're working on, and they can make changes along with you, and you can see the changes automatically. That's one of the neat features about this software. If you're working with someone, you can see the changes they're making as they made the changes. Also, you can, after you create a questionnaire, if you want to share with someone else, you can send them a template of the questionnaire. And also you can duplicate the questionnaire yourself. That way you can change some of the answers, some of the questions, and not change the whole questionnaire. So basically, this is how you create the forms. It's a simple process. To me, it's very simple. It's straightforward. It's not even a long presentation. I don't know if you have any questions, but before I end, I'm going to actually show you an example how some of the results look. I'm looking for a quick learn from home. Last school year, we launched this questionnaire, and it was a learn from home. It was, trying to figure out how many kids needed devices and how they feel. So for example, this was one of the questions. So you see how the results come to you automatically in a chart form. It shows you the number of kids that answer each question. In this case, it shows you the location. So you give you a graph broken down by the location because I provided the options of the location. And that's like a choice question. With a choice question, that way you get a graph format. In this case, you see with the zip code, it shows you exactly how many kids in what zip code. Neighborhood. So basically it give you, a data spreadsheet. Additionally, you can actually open an Excel spreadsheet with all the data. So I don't think it's opening. It takes a while, but while it's opening, I can show you, you can view the results from this form, from who answered what question. You can see the answers right here in this form. And you can see, you can open an Excel file.
Mr. Richardson,
Yes.
I do have raised hands. You
Okay,
let
go
me
ahead.
know what you want to. Okay,
Yeah, go
first
ahead.
we'll have.
I mean, it's a straightforward presentation, so I mean, I think questions gonna be the best way for me to explain anything. So go right ahead.
Okay, Sharon Narcisse will go first. If you can unmute your mic. Okay, go ahead, Sharon.
Gave a student, right, the quiz and they didn't do so well, right? How do I return that quiz to the student to I guess to do again?
Unfortunately, you cannot return the quiz. What you can do, now, you can assign the student the quiz over again, but you can either remove, you can delete their result from what they received before. I mean, I don't know if that's what you would like to do, but I know you can delete one of the results, or you can delete all the results. So I will retest the kid by sending the quiz over.
Okay.
And I wouldn't even delete it. I'll keep it for my own records and just let him do it again.
Okay. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, next we are going to have Salita Smith. If you could unmute yourself.
Good afternoon. I have a question. I am a math teacher. If I have a graph and I want that graph to be for maybe the next 3 questions, and then a different graph, and then another 3 questions, how do I put that in on the quiz?
Unfortunately, it cannot be done. It's not, that's one of the, like, you can't really add an image. Only one place that allow you to add an image is up in the heading. It doesn't allow you to add images throughout the question. That is a limitation with the software.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I have one more raised hand from Natalie Mead. If you could unmute yourself.
Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi, I have a question. When I created my quiz and test, and when I click on return to the students, I noticed that when I click on it myself, I'm not able to access, the quiz and the test. And then some of the parents will send me a message to let me know that they cannot access the quiz and test to get their scores. How do I do that to make sure when I click return to the students, they are able to see their scores?
When you click return, I'm not sure.
Because I think I connected the quiz and test to the assignments on Teams.
Okay, are you using, wait.
Like I did the quiz and test on Microsoft Form. Hello?
So you did a quiz and test in Microsoft Forms or in Teams? I'm sorry, I'm trying to
Right, and then I attach it to the assignments folder on class notebook.
I'm a little unclear on that question. So in Teams,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Do I have to explain it again? Like in another way so you can understand?
Yeah, because so you're not
Okay.
talking about straight in Microsoft Form. You're talking about using Teams itself and creating the
Well,
question.
I created the questions on Microsoft Form, and then I went to Class Notebook under the assignment tab, and I click on assignment, and it gives you option of where you can get your quiz or test from. So I click on attachment or something like that, and then I open it up through under Microsoft Forms, and then my quiz or my test came up, and then I send it to the students.
Okay.
You know, when you create an assignment, they give you different options to say, hey, you can click this and click on where you can go back in to find your quiz and test, something like that.
Okay, you see, you're in Teams, and I'm not 100 certain about in Teams how the forms function directly. So I'll
Okay.
get back to you. Can I have your name so I can?
Katie Joseph
Katie Joseph.
Rogers,
What school are you at, Katie Joseph? Sorry,
Gomez.
Gomez. Okay,
Mhm.
I will get an answer back to you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I do have a couple more raised hands. Did you want to tackle those now, Mr. Richardson?
Yeah, I can, please.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a couple questions from the chat before I go to the next raised hand. The question is there an option to bold or underline text in the form?
Yeah, but not in the one that the department have.
Okay. Let's see. Cicely Robinson, can you unmute your mic? Let's see here.
We have the basic function one. So the basic function one don't allow you to bold and underline.
Okay.
Okay, you mentioned that you're not able to add a picture
No,
in.
I was wrong. I was wrong.
Because I was just gonna say, I do it all the time.
Yes, I was
Because
wrong.
when you create in the quiz,
Yeah,
there
that's the
is a
problem.
little box on the side that allows you to add your image right in there, and you could just duplicate that image each time you need to use it in a question. That's for Punchy, so that she knows, yes, you can use
Yes,
it
you
in that
can.
little
Right
box
here.
right there. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
right
showing
here.
it to
Yes.
you right now.
Yes, you're correct.
Okay, and for the other lady, because I do the same quizzes and then I attach it in Teams. What she has to do is, if she wants to see if the student got it, go to grades, and if you click on grades, when you see the child's name, you should be able to see the assignment, and in the box right there, it allows you to click back and open up that assignment to see whether the child got it or not, and resend it back out from there in
But
Teams.
that's in Teams though.
That's in Teams though,
Okay.
yeah. You
Okay.
can do it, yeah, you can do it
Forms.
from here.
No.
And what's so important, I just wanted to note, is when I first started to use this, you got to really know whether you're using forms or quiz. Because if you want to be able to put in points and be able to have it either computer graded or you go back over and regrade it, you got to click quiz, new quiz. Because if you click forms, all you're doing is typing in questions, the students get it, and then it's kind of hard where you have to sit and manually look at each question and then write down the points somewhere for yourself, because you can't write it down in the form. You can only do it when it's in the quiz. So you got to always remember to click quiz when you're trying to create a quiz or a test, anything that's graded. If it's just like the examples where you were giving us, if it's just a regular form or questionnaire or something, then yeah, forms is it.
For
Because
me,
I like using forms.
I generally use the form format. I rarely use the quiz, but I do understand as a teacher that I think that's why it's quiz and more. Because I do surveys, so surveys is different than questionnaires. But thank you for that advice.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay, let's move forward to our next raised hand, Delicia Seeley. If you could unmute your mic.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, you can.
Yes, good afternoon.
Okay, I just had a couple questions. When we were talking about possibly retesting a child, if there's more than one child in the class, is it possible for you to copy the original quiz, rename it, and make a similarly structured quiz from that quiz? Or would you have to start completely from scratch?
You can copy. If you look right here, I'm going to demonstrate how to copy. So for example, you click on that dot there. Oh, wait, hold on. I think I remember this problem. I'm in pin. Hold on a minute. For some strange reason, I end up getting in the wrong mode and I don't, hold on. See, so, can you see my screen now?
Yes.
For example, you click on the dotted mode right there and you copy. So for me, for most of my surveys, I just copy and then rename them. So you see it came up here. And now when you copy it, it actually say copy at the end. So you know it's a copy. So in this case, it came as transport 2. So you can just go in and change this and the same questions are there. You're correct.
Okay, and then my other question was, can you, and I saw something with Excel, so I guess you can, but can you export your information to Excel and then create charts if you were doing like a PowerPoint and stuff
Yes.
like that?
Yes, you
Okay.
can.
Okay. Thank you.
I can show you quickly. Hold on, let me go back out to one of those questionnaires that have data in already, so you can get a quick look. So when you go to the response, to the top, you see it open in Excel. So you click open in Excel and it open in Excel. In this case, it's gonna open, I have the 360 running right now, so it open in 360. Okay?
Okay. All right, thanks.
You're welcome. And then you can download it, open it on your PC, and you can, generate whatever other graphs you want to generate.
Okay. Thank you.
You're muted, Miss Sarah.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Seeley. Our next raised hand is Cassandra Mumin. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. If you could please unmute your mic.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, good afternoon.
Okay, two things. I was wondering if you could demonstrate how to upload something from class notebook into assignments.
Okay, sadly, I'm only doing the forms. I am not the one that use like Teams on a regular to show you that.
Okay,
I would not be.
understood. Next one. I was wondering if you could demonstrate how to place a rubric on the assignments. Does that connect with the forms?
No, I think that is straight in Teams.
Okay, assignments also. Okay, thank you. Sorry.
No problem. I'm sorry. I'm dealing with the overview of just forms itself. I should have familiar myself with the assignment portion of Teams and forms. However, if you do send a question in an email to Ms. Sarah,
Relations.
yeah,
send it to public.relations at
I will
VIDE.
get an answer for you.
Okay, and we have one more question that came up in the chat. It's when you are doing a poll using forms, is there a way to have the poll appear on the student screens? I'm assuming in Teams.
Well, in
Not
Teams,
unless
I
you
guess
do
if
like
you're
a link in
sharing
the
it,
chat, maybe.
sorry?
Maybe if you drop the link in the chat.
Yeah, that's the honest way, but then it's not live. It will be like, quickly, let me show you, hold on one. So I'm gonna go back to this learn from home and.
Oh, I have the person who asked this question with their hand raised. Are you okay if I unmute them? Maybe
Sure,
they
go
can
ahead.
provide clarity.
Yeah, go ahead.
Miss Gabriel, can you unmute your mic?
Sure. Good afternoon. I was asking the question, can you, okay, I noticed it can be done in Zoom. Like you can have a poll just pop out on the screen. So I'm wondering if it can happen also in Teams. I know you can put it in the chat, in the meeting chat. You can post it, but okay, I'm dealing with kindergartners and first graders. And perhaps it would be able to pop out so they wouldn't have to go looking to find it.
So I'm not sure if it can be done in Teams. I think I'll ask Keisha Corbett about that. She did a presentation on Teams on Friday, and that is more of you asking a question directly in Teams versus using forms. So I'm not sure, but I would check on that answer for you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. However, if they did it in forms, you can actually well, then you just be showing them the results like this question at a time versus how Zoom does it, which is a lot neater and nice.
That's the last of the questions for right now, Mr. Richardson.
Well, I mean, basically, I have covered everything that I think I needed to cover in this short presentation. If there's no questions, that will be the end of this.
Okay, well, let me go ahead and do the poll. So if you could stop sharing your screen.
Okay, hold on. Let me see how to do that. Okay, stop sharing. Go right ahead.
Okay, so you should be seeing a poll appear on your screen right now. If you're using an older version of Zoom, if you're not up to date on the Zoom software, you may not see it show up on your screen. Or if your computer software isn't up to date, you may not see the poll pop up on your screen. Otherwise, you should see it on your screen right now. So I'll give you guys about 2 minutes to submit your answers. And while you're doing that, if you would like to receive credit for today's PD training, please put your name, first and last name, and your site or school name in the chat so we can make sure that you get the credit for the presentation. I'm seeing a raised hand go up. Are you gonna continue to take questions?
Yes, I can.
Richardson? Okay,
Yes.
perfect. Miss Sandra Benjamin, if you could please unmute your mic.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am completing this survey just now, the survey, and it's not allowing me to submit.
You
Is
have to
grayed
answer all
out?
the questions, I think, though. Did you answer all the questions, Ms. Benjamin?
Yes, I did. How many questions are there supposed to be? Sorry.
Only 9.
Okay. Thank you.
Just verify that you did select all, because I think the one time I tried to do it because I skipped one accidentally, it didn't let me submit.
Okay, and I'm seeing a raised hand from Charmaine Keynes. If you could unmute your mic.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I missed the answer to the question that was posted previously. Does form allow you to bold and underline?
Apparently not the version that the department owns. We have the basic package, so no.
Okay, thank you.
Good day, VIDE family. Thank you for joining us today. We hope that you found the information valuable to understanding the department's functions and beneficial to performing your job duties. You may access this presentation anytime by visiting vide.vi and clicking on the For Employees tab. Thank you.